In-Depth Podcast.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Woo! Slip and Dip Podcast. Kendrick Johnson, Matthew Wells, episode 88. Fresh off the heels of UFC 234 and Tank Davis' latest destruction. We have an action-packed show for you today. Two great guests. Max Payne Griffin, who's in pain for his raw deal. I won't say he got cheated because it's MMA, but his short loss that he should have got the win. And Walt Big Ticket Harris, you will enjoy these guests and these interviews. Big Ticket instantly fell up in our top three, and he gonna be here to stay.
yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
I was like, I wish I would call him a year ago.
Exactly. Hey, he was one of the best guests we've had on the show.
Shout out to my man Pete Moss for making it happen behind the scenes. Pete, thank you for looking out for us, brother. I told you, you take care of me, I take care of you. Go to his website, BirminghamBoxing205.com. That is where he be doing his thing. Let me make sure I get it right because Pete gonna get mad at me.
Shout out the website. You don't even know if it's right. Come on, bro. Is that right? Is it right? Pete Moss? We'll figure it out. We'll get back to it. Yeah, man, hell of a weekend though in combat sports. I mean, UFC 234, drama abound as always with pretty much every UFC pay-per-view. There's always seemed to be something going on. Of course, the main event fell out the day of.
But we saw, since we recorded late Sunday night, Robert Whitaker's in good spirits, said he gonna be back. What do you think about this full Kelvin with this damn belt like he a champ? I can see why somebody that's in there will feel like that's disrespect. I can kind of see that,
yes.
but as a fan, like the shit was funny to me.
I like it was funny. It was funny because I like the gimmick.
It was clown funny.
I like the gimmick because he was like, hey, I showed up for work. He didn't show up, so he forfeited. Like, he was doing that whole deal. So he, of course, gets a belt. I think it was Henry Cejudo's belt he got. He was rocking it during the main event between Anderson Silva and Adesanya. Then, of course, Adesanya told him to put that belt down right after the fight. So it was pretty funny. Like, it was a fun little gimmick, I guess. But at the same time, like, it kind of devalues, listen, UFC titles have been devalued a little bit with all of this champ nonsense going on. Like, the champ thing is played out. Like, let's get some champs to defend their belts. Let's get them to defend their belts in their own divisions.
I agree with that, but why people say it played out? These people are going and whooping somebody's ass as a champion at another time. He lost. He had his opportunity.
Henry Cejudo did
but
not
what about Nunes in DC?
Legit.
They whooped somebody's ass and they went up.
Legit.
So, but why people keep saying it's getting old?
It's getting old because you just had one where a guy went down and lost. And that fight didn't need to happen. Henry Cejudo just got that belt. There was no reason for him to have a champ fight. I don't care if CJ wants to.
I agree with that, but that don't mean that it's getting old.
It's getting old. Name me another champ fight you want to see right now.
The thing, it's not even a champ fight. It's the fact that the UFC don't let these people defend their belts in two different weight classes. If they would let that happen, it would be quote unquote just a fad. That's what they're messing up at. They won't let. Even DC even have an opportunity to pick, go put both. It's like whatever one you defend your belt at is the one that you guys stay at. What kind of shit is that?
No, it's stupid. Like,
that's what they messing up. So I hold the UFC.
They need to have guys. They need to have guys run through divisions, and it's part of the problem. Like, when you look at the dynamic of how some of these guys become a champion, like Max Holloway, for example. Let's take Max Holloway. Max Holloway ran through the entire division before he got a title shot. So once he got the title, there's nobody left for him. Like, you've beaten all these guys already. Like, I don't need to see you fight them now that you have the belt. When you rush somebody along, you'd be like, oh, now he's got the strap. Now he can fight top 5 guys in his own division. But now, we have neither. It's like, oh, Henry Cejudo gets the belt. All right, now you're fighting the 135 champ. Like, come on, man, defending your own division.
Right, I agree with you on that one. BoxingHam205.com. So I was
okay.
Right.
There it is. Boom. Good shot.
But like I said, I can't say it's played out, but it should be a special thing, a reward for cleaning out the division.
Play it out. You got to clean out the division first.
True.
And then, I think, let's make a mandate, UFC. Let's make a mandate. You have to have 3 title defenses before you can fight another champion in another division.
Now, I won't say that put a limit on that. I say you should always have to move up. You should not be able to move down.
I agree with that as well.
I think that should be
two criteria right there. We just knocked out 2.
Unless you got an absurd circumstance like Amanda Nunes. That is an absurd circumstance.
Yes, because the 145 division in women's has 3 fighters.
And
so
she's beat the 125 champ twice. So I can see her like, I could go and get this belt. I ain't whooped her twice. Yeah. So that's an absurd circumstance. That's like the rarest of rare. Like, it probably will never happen again because you got the calm before the storm, because you got this lady that's that whooped all the greats in her main division, then moved up and whooped an all-time great, and the person that's on the path to be great, she's already beat her twice, so you need to go on and beat her to a weight class. So that's kind of like, because the youthness of the sport.
Yeah.
Like, even in 10 years, you won't be able to do that.
No, you won't.
But that'd be crazy, though, if she were to go down for that one shot and be a 3-division champion and just drop the mic. It's like, who you put in front of him, she's whooped him.
No. If she actually does do this thing where she goes down to 125.
She's not fighting again.
Well, no, she shouldn't ever do that. Like,
I say she should. Like, but if they gonna give her like 1.5 mil, 2 mil, and you ain't making that money, you gonna have to do.
How about give her 1.5 or 2 mil for doing what she's doing right now?
Going
out there and cleaning out everybody.
Yeah, but UFC's
everybody, greedy. Killing off all your big names.
UFC's greedy though.
Put Holly in front of her next, which is what they're working on right now. Yeah, make that happen. And she's gonna have all the names on the wall, all the names.
But now to the main event, they were main eventers. When they slid in, Israel Adesanya, up and coming superstar, and the Silva, one of the best UFC fighters ever, hands down. Even with the controversy, he got to be in your top 3 if you know anything about MMA over the last 20 years. Of
course. At minimum.
I was hoping nothing bad happened, and I'm glad Anderson had a good showing, but he definitely showed his age. But at the same time,
crazy showing.
Israel Adesanya, to me, didn't show holes in his game, but he showed where he fight a top 5, top 3 guy fight for the belt, where he's not. Everybody can say he's the matchup that nobody can have a problem for. I can see him winning a fight on the scorecards clearly 3-4-0. And the fact that he doesn't have the power to get you out of there with 1, maybe 2 shots, and needs like a flurry or a combination, kind of throws in the effect that he needs some more power.
Yeah.
Because I would say this, a 29-year-old Anderson Silva gets his ass up out of there last night.
I agree with that. And that's where Anderson showed his age, was when he started throwing all these spinning attacks, like you see in this GIF right here on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. Like, his spinning attacks, like, they were a lot more labored. They were still, the technique was still there, but they were slower. And obviously it gave Israel enough time to get out of the way. Now, I will say this about Anderson, though. He looked really, really good, and a lot of things that he was doing out there, like, for example, with his defense, still looking really great. I love, my favorite Anderson Silva thing is when he starts spazzing out with the defensive forms. Like, when he's just like just starts spazzing out. Like, you can, like, Izzy can feint like one punch, and then Anderson.
But it makes them think, and no matter who you are, you have to think.
I know. It's part of the whole deal. I love that. But, and then he hit the Matrix, like the Matrix like, backbend on him.
For boxing, it's like he pulled out all his finishers, and he saw him coming. It's like, no, not me.
Right.
He did the head kick. No, not me.
Yes.
And then he threw the 2-piece combination. He just went like this, like, what you doing?
It was a fun fight to watch, man. It was so fun. I was very concerned, though, when Anderson was not putting up his hands and was just eating and rolling with punches. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that at 43 years old.
Punches?
The ones that he ate were, his hands were down at his hips.
I don't know why he was checking those kicks, though. That's what I was more concerned about. Because if you saw that one kick in, I would say the second, it could have been the third. It was the second or third. He, like a slash ahead on his thigh, or it's more of his own hamstring. If that's a little bit lower on that ACL, he would have been a goner.
Yeah, it was
a little high, but if he would have caught him right behind the kneecap, he'd be in ACL surgery today.
Maybe. He did throw out, like, even Izzy talked about it after the fight, he threw out this one defensive technique for a kick that we really don't see. Like, usually when you check a kick, you raise your leg up, or, you know, you kind of, like, press your knee forward a little bit, like, off the canvas, just to kind of, you know, absorb that impact. But Anderson did this thing where he kind of, like, slid his whole leg forward and outwards to completely throw off the kick. And like Izzy even talked about that after the fight. He's like, "Ooh, I saw that. I like that." I was like, "I gotta add that in." Like, he was taking notes during the fight, which is pretty cool. But yeah, all in all, man, it was a fun fight to watch. I'm glad nobody really got hurt. It was fun, especially considering.
You talking about an exhibition. That you say something like that.
Listen, like
these people in the hurt business. I'm glad nobody got hurt.
When you have the main fight fall out like that, and you have two guys that people are really, really high on, you don't want to see Anderson get knocked out brutally at this stage in his career. You don't want to see Izzy's hype train derailed really either. So it's like, okay, they went out there.
Everybody, Anderson, show.
Listen,
but he calling for title shots, bro.
Like my man Ed Soares told me after UFC 200, I was like, man, what is? So I asked him after the fight. I was like, Anderson didn't win, just came in. What does this do for his legacy? He's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He straight up told, he's like, are you kidding me? Anderson could do no wrong in his career at this point.
Bro,
like,
remember,
Anderson
I was next to you, remember?
Yes.
We were behind T-Mobile in that regular ass tip, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, right. He was like, it don't matter what Anderson does at this stage of his career. Like, people are happy to see him go in there and fight. He goes out there and puts in the show.
Was that the first time you saw him go fight live? That was the first time
yes.
I saw him at 200 and 208, and he actually won at 208. I caught him for selfish reasons, hoping he doesn't win another fight. Like I said, I was there when he won his last fight. And he didn't come out to, whatchamacallit, he didn't come out to DMX because his son, Khalil. Shout out to Khalil now. They always took care of me.
That's also why I was hyped about last night, because he came out to Ain't No Sunshine, but they didn't give him the dim lights treatment.
No.
So it wasn't the full Ain't No Sunshine.
I didn't see it though at 200 though when he fought DC. That was really cool. That was a surreal moment.
Right.
Because I've been watching on TV all these years, and then you hear that.
Yeah. I had to slip away to Shake Shack for that. You know how they do you in T-Mobile.
Oh, you didn't see the intro live?
I did. I had to slip away to Shake Shack and watch it.
Yeah,
I had to watch it live.
Yeah, that was
on purpose. I planned that out on purpose. I was like, "Yep, Anderson's fight. I'm gonna definitely go observe some of this in person." So,
we'll tell you a little behind the scenes action.
Right? Yeah. Some people don't know what we're talking about right now.
Do you think that Izzy deserves a title shot?
No,
he needs one more. I don't know what he's talking about.
He needs another one. He needs another big name. Anderson at this point is not
pull
enough.
Up the rankings because you had it up.
I did have it up. I closed it up earlier. No, it's not enough.
Come on, champ.
It's not enough because he only beat one top 10 guy, and that was Derek Brunson before that. So, you need another name on your resume in the top 5 before you get it to the title shot. However, if you want to go the route like I was mentioning before,
him and Jacare would be a good fight.
Because he's ranked number 6 right now.
Him and Jacare would be a good fight.
Yeah, that's the fight that everybody was talking about.
Because I don't know if Izzy can get survive the wrestle. I know he has good takedown defense, but he ain't fought that legit guy that's trying to take him down and tap him out.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the problem. Where everything gets convoluted, right? Because they had this fight on this card, hoping that the main event was obviously going to go off, and that way Izzy would be in line to fight the winner, possibly if everything went if he went up there and starched Anderson. Okay, yeah, you get fast tracked. There's no doubt. But that didn't happen. The main event didn't happen. So now you're possibly looking at an interim title situation. And I mean, listen, you got Jacare out there, Izzy out there, and of course Kelvin, the guy who was about to fight for the title.
Would you be cool with that Kelvin is Izzy for interim belt?
I would be okay with that if they do it like next week. Like they got to do it quick, right? Because I don't know. I mean, obviously not next week, but if they do it like next month or 2 months from now, maybe that's too close to when Robert Whittaker is going to be returning, because you're looking at a hernia surgery anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks average recovery time for a normal human being. We're talking about high-level UFC fighters where taking care of their body is top priority.
Top priority.
So
that's a way of life.
I mean, it depends on how he goes about it. If he wants to take his time with it, make sure his body's healed up, or if he's like, I'm good, let's go. We'll see. We will see in this time, in the weeks coming up ahead, man. But it's the main event falling apart really screwed up that whole title picture at 185. So kind of unfortunate. But I think to answer your question, I do think he needs at least one more. Throw him in there against Jacare. I'd be cool with that, especially because that will really, really test his grappling.
Yeah, it would.
Really test his grappling.
Yeah, on the boxing side, another fight of the ass for Tank Davis destroyed Mr. Hugo Ruiz. It was one of those things. The dude was getting so much punishment. The referee's like, "Do you hear me? You hear me? He didn't say no. He didn't say yeah. He didn't say nothing. He said, so I'm going to stop this fight. And then they talked to Jack Reese, who's a very good referee, after the fight. He said, I asked him in Spanish, does he want to continue? He didn't say anything, so I assumed that he didn't win none.
Right. How about the fact that the finishing shot was like the most delayed reaction of delayed reactions?
Yeah, it's like boom, and you like think, am I supposed to fall?
Like,
oh yeah,
dude's like it was like his brain was not communicating with his body, and it was just like whop. And then
but that hook though was brutal though. That right hook.
It was brutal, but it was like he was like trying to process. His body was trying to process what just happened to it. And then he was like, it kind of communicated back. He was like, okay, you're in a boxing match. And then the body was like, nah, we're going down.
He said, you're in a boxing match.
He's like, nah, we're going down now.
He didn't know about that?
Nah, it was brutal. Brutal fight, man. Brutal fight. Brutal ending. And congrats to Tank Davis, who is allegedly going to be doing some sort of thing like Floyd Mayweather did now. I saw something about that where he may do an exhibition overseas or something.
They're talking about with the tension there.
Yeah.
The dude who we saw crying on his stool last time.
Come on now.
Last time we last saw him.
I'm good on all that. You missed me with that. Missed me with that. So yeah, it was a pretty fun weekend for combat sports, I think. Yeah, nothing else really pressing, right? I mean, obviously everybody weighing in. Conor McGregor said he wants a shot at Anderson Silva now. Like, all this other craziness.
I thought he said he would fight the other Diaz if he fight.
Yeah, Anderson said he wanted. Anderson said he wanted Nick and Curitiba, and Conor was like, "Yeah, give me Nate there too. Let's do it." Because Conor has been wanting to fight in Brazil for a while, so that would become kind of cool. I don't know. It's crazy. Combat sports, MMA, wild times. Wild times to be a fan.
Before we get up out of here, what do you think about the whatchamacallit? The first on ESPN full card this weekend.
I'm excited. We all know how Francis Ngannou looks on the big stage from time to time. We also know how Cain Velasquez fighting to open a new TV broadcast deal can also look. When he fought Junior Dos Santos, it did not go his way. Got flash KO'd and lost his title.
Our girl Cynthia's third on this card.
Yeah. It's gonna be a damn good card. It's definitely a much better card than what we just saw to pay $65 for. But me personally, I'll pay $65 to watch Anderson Silva fight regardless. That's just me. But
we got a lot of friends in the show. I'm looking at the card now. We got our girl Cynthia. We got our man James Vick. We got Paul Felder. Your boy Aljamain. Mr. Jimmy Rivera. KGB. KGB, I got you, girl. She sent me a text. I didn't respond back. I'm sorry. So I'm going to let you whoop old girl, and we're going to get you back on the show.
Yes.
Love me so KGB. She's a very nice lady, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a very good card, man. Very good card. Yep. We've had James Vick and Paul Felder on the show. Cynthia Calvillo on the show as well. Damn good fights, man.
What do you think about Henry Morale? This man went from world champion to prelims with that. Can you say fall off?
I can say USADA. I can say that. I can say that. Yeah, fun fight card, man. I'm excited about it. ESPN Plus for the prelims.
Man, I'm gonna have to be texting you because what time is it coming on? Like late?
6 our time, 6 Central for the prelims.
I'll be. Main
card is at 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna fall off the cliff. I won't be available. I'll be at the NBA All-Star game, so I can't be 2 places at one.
Cannot. No,
it starts while we record in our recording time. Was the first time we've had that happen.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know how we're gonna.
So Matt will be the man for this card. I'll have to watch it on tape delay.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to do our show next weekend. We got to talk about that off air as well, with that whole thing going on. But as always, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. We would definitely appreciate it because we are trying to grow the show and we are trying to get more subscribers and more eyes on this thing. So you know how it goes. If you're listening on iTunes, please leave us a review, 5 stars as well, to help the visibility out. We would appreciate it. Got some good things coming to the channel. Halfway done with this first portion of this project. It's going to be something special, I think. I think you guys will enjoy it. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, enjoy these interviews with Walt Harris and Max Griffin.
I'm still laughing, bro.
I called him Will one time on accident. You know, it is what it is.
He told back, I'm going to come to Texas and kick your ass.
Nah, listen, I've seen Walt in person, and yeah, he is not a small man. So, yeah, I don't want to piss off anybody. But, yeah, enjoy these interviews, guys. We will be back with you again for another awesome episode next week sometime. Until then, enjoy this, and we'll see you later.
Please welcome to the Slip and Dip podcast, making his Slip and Dip debut, UFC heavyweight veteran. That's a hard job to have, Mr. Walt Big Ticket Harris. Thanks for joining the show, Walt.
I appreciate it, man. Glad to be on here.
So I had to get straight to the business. What happened last time? I know what I saw. You did what you had to do. You got your hand raised. But then what's this selective androgen?
Yeah.
Is that something like to block something, or like what is that?
Nah. So, basically, I took a supplement. It was tainted. We just found out this week. So once, I really can't say too much about it, but once the news come out, I'll be vindicated. I didn't do anything illegal. I got USADA behind me 110%, Jeff Nowitzki, and, Donna Marcolini. So once they come out, once they make their announcement, then everybody will see, exactly what happened. That's all I can pretty much say about that, though. But I ain't do nothing illegal. Just know that I'm a clean guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't get down like that.
And you've been fighting for over 8 years, so it's kind of crazy to have your name even remotely attached. So, you ain't done nothing.
Bro, yes, man. It's been the hardest point of my career, bro, because that I pride myself on being a respectable, upstanding human being, especially when it comes to fighting. I'm a martial artist and I take it very seriously. And I've always prided myself on being clean. So for something like this to happen, it hit me pretty hard. But like I said, in a couple of days when everything is announced, I think everybody will see the truth, and I'll be a lot happier for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, how has that kind of affected you in terms of, getting another fight booked? And is it just like this whole thing has to play out first or what? Yeah.
Well, we kind of want to let this play out, of course, and then we go from there. I think, like I said, when it all come out, it's going to come out in my favor. So I'm excited, honestly, for it to get out and, and I can move on and do what I got to do because I just got a new contract. So, I'm ready to jump into that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Why wasn't you as active last year? Like in 2017, you fought 5 times, and then last year you fought twice. But you didn't have no major injuries, though.
Nah, man, these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these dudes, they be saying they want to fight, then they don't want to fight. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I prove throughout my career that you call my name or you give me a contract, I'm on it. It's not no, thinking about it, waiting about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, get yelled at sometimes. I used to get yelled at by managers for accepting fights before they even had a chance to review them because I'm just like, man, I love to scrap. Like, it is what it is. So, I had a few fights fall through in 2017 or 2018 or whatever it was. And then, that's what, just kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes, especially in heavyweight division because we don't have that many guys, So you got the top of the top, everybody at the top, and then you got the guys kind of working their way up. And I beat some of those guys already. Some of those guys aren't in the UFC no more. So it was just kind of, I was in a little holding pattern. You know what I'm saying? I was right outside of the top 15. And, it was just tough to get fights. But now I'm in the top 12. I'm number 12, so the fight should be coming down the pipe real soon. In fact, we're working on something now, but I can't tell y'all.
Well, though, you're going to let us know so the Slip and Dip can break that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, as soon as I sign the dotted line, I'm gonna hit y'all. I got this set up right here now, so y'all might need a third man now. Can I be a third man? Can I jump in the crew?
Hey, I'm with it. What are y'all playing over there? What are y'all playing?
Man, I play some of everything. I'm on the Apex Legends right now. It's like the hottest game out right now. Everybody on it. It's gonna be the new Fortnite pretty soon. Okay. I play NHL. I play hockey.
How good is that, man? I used to play back in the day, and then it got kind of way too complex, and then now they said they brought it back down.
Yeah, bro, it's dope though. I play that. I play FIFA. I play NBA 2K.
Play FIFA. That's universal right there.
FIFA, man, that junk's so fun.
Yeah. I'm on the NBA Live right now.
You on live?
Yeah.
How's that, man? I used to be a live head.
To me, I'm not a 2K guy. I'm on a few people, but to me, it's like it's more the gameplay is more realistic.
Okay.
It's just the graphics are a tad bit not. They're still legit. It's just not as legit as 2K. But I want the gameplay.
My thing with live is they kind of robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like the movement of the players, they don't feel natural. You know what I'm saying? I used to play basketball, so like,
yeah, me too.
When I feel the sticks, I'm like, man, this dude feel like it's just too rigid. Yeah, on 2K it's more fluid. You know what I'm saying? The moves feel more realistic.
Yes.
So that's my thing. That's why I switched. To be honest, I used to play live like crazy. 95. We used to have tournaments, all that when I was little, but now it's like. You know, I tried to get back into it. I downloaded the demo. It just wasn't working, man. They got to step it up. But they competing, though. That's the thing. 2K needs some competition because they getting real lazy on their end. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They getting real lazy, man.
You talk something about EA Sports.
Hey, speaking of EA Sports, when I'm going to get in the game? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, everybody message me, text me, hey, Walt, we ain't played with you. You've been in UFC 5.5 years, and you ain't been in none of the games. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, and John Anik even went to bat for me because he cool with the people at EA Sports. They still ain't told your boy in the game. Like, so, you know, I done created myself. I'm a 99 overall.
Hey. Of course.
So, hey. Got the belt in the first year, you know.
Okay. I know you Alabama boy, but you sound like another Alabama boy we had on this show. Have you had any run-ins, like not run-ins, but have you had any dealings with Deontay? Like, have you ever worked out with him?
Yeah.
Sparred with him?
Nah, that's my dog, man. Like, dog, I've been training with Deontay on and off for like the past 6 years. Wow. And man, like that dude's is something special, bro. Like, he different, man. I'm telling you just like that. He different.
They'll tell me I've been to 3 of his last 4 fights. I still don't know how that fool got up. I was there 4 rows back. There's like the Undertaker. We're all like locked in like this.
Bro.
Like,
the crazy thing about that is I trained with Tyson Fury too. And so I got to work
with everybody, shit.
Yeah, bro, I'm everywhere. Like, especially with boxing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I train with a lot of boxers. Because that's what I started out doing. But I got to train with Tyson Fury for his comeback fight. And I was like, man, this dude, I done watched him on TV, and I was like, man, he's fat, out of shape looking, like, he ain't gonna be that good. But, bro, oh, man, I ain't gonna lie, after the first week, we went to lunch, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I underestimated you. He was like, everybody does. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how that fight was gonna play out. I knew that he could box a little bit better than D, but I just know D's power is the end all be all, man. I ain't never felt nobody in my career has hit me harder. And he hit me with a 20-ounce glove on, bro. Like, I'm not even joking. And I had headgear, and it's the hardest punch I've ever felt. And he's like 220 pounds. And I fight guys that's like damn near 300 with 4-ounce gloves, and they don't feel nothing like what Deontay do when he got a 20-ounce glove on. So, you know, just working out with him and training with him has taught me a lot. And I had a fight one time after a training camp with him, bro, and I literally was taking shots from the guy because I was so confident in my chin because I'm like, I just trained with a world-class heavyweight champion. You can't hurt me, bro. Like, I literally didn't even feel the punches, to be honest. Till after the fight, then my knots and stuff popped up. I was like, that's my dog, man. That's my dog.
You know what Mayweather say? Getting hit's not cool.
It's not, but, you know, sometimes I didn't grow out of that as I've gotten older, but when I first started fighting, I had to get hit to even get engaged in the fight.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm not even joking. A lot of fighters will tell you that. They don't realize they in a fight till they get cracked, and they like, oh, you know, it's time to, you know, get your adrenaline get to going. You're like, all right, I got to get to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I used to be. But when I got to the UFC, I was like, nah, these dudes, they're crazy. Like, he can't let nobody take a free shot on you and just thank you for the, you know.
Walk them down.
Yeah, nah, it's not happening. These dudes like machines.
Yeah, so you got somebody like slaps you backstage or something like that now, or what?
I mean, I kind of slap myself a little bit.
Okay.
But I have different techniques I use to get myself going. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy in the UFC, to be honest, because when them bright lights, bro, like fighting on a local circuit and jumping into the UFC is a totally different animal, man. That's why they talk about the octagon jitters. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like literally my debut fight. I was in the middle of the second round of a war with a freaking machine, and I looked. I don't know if it might be because I got a little touch of ADD. But I was in the middle of the fight looking at the banners and like looking in the crowd. I see Joe Rogan and I'm thinking to myself, dog, I'm in the UFC. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was having that moment. And I think that was the octagon jitters. Like, it's different for everybody. It ain't so much nerves because we fight. You know what I'm saying? So if another fight is just the stage you're fighting on. I think that people get like overwhelmed by. And then I had that adrenaline dump and it felt like I gained like 400 pounds. Like, I was just like, oh, I can't move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was tired. I was like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Tell us, do you want that rematch with Mark Goodbear? Because I was there. Well, that was a crazy fight. That was just a crazy night. I keep telling my co-hosts, when you get into the garden, you have no idea. You just have to fight, right?
That's it, bro. That was a crazy week for me, period, because, you know, like I said, I used to play basketball. So I got to walk in the garden, bro, and it was overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had always dreamed of being in the garden playing basketball, but I'm in the garden at the highest level and something that nobody in my life ever thought I would be doing. Like, I was the class clown in high school, goofball, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was silly, you know what I'm saying? And nobody thought I was going to become a fighter. And then I'm in the garden fighting, you know what I'm saying? On a pay-per-view, like one of the biggest pay-per-views of that year. And it was crazy, man. Like, to answer your question, no, I don't want to. Godbeer, man, come on, bro. Like, that dude know he could have finished. Like, none of that stuff I hit him with. First of all, I didn't knee him in the nuts. That's the first thing.
He said like this, though. He drew me out with the head.
You feel me? I didn't knee you in the nuts. And then when I threw the kick, I couldn't hear the ref, who happened to be standing in the freaking down there with the models, it seemed like, because he swear he was in the middle of the action. No, bro, you're not. I got tunnel vision personally. You feel me? When I'm fighting, I'm not looking at the ref and expecting. The only way for me to acknowledge a ref during a fight, and any fighter will tell you this, and a ref will tell you this, you have to put your hands on me. Yes. That's the only way, because I'm looking at my opponent. I'm not thinking about the ref. And so he says, well, I yell stop. Bro, that's not good enough. It's 50,000 people going nuts in here. You feel me? Like, I can't hear you. So it's just one of them things that, like, Godbeer know, man. He know the truth. He know he copped out of that fight because he was getting his ass kicked. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't want it back. He don't deserve to have it back. He had a chance to fight me that night. He didn't. Everybody know I won the fight. So it is what it is. Plus, I think he retired too right after that. So, you know.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
Yeah. He a bum.
That's our theme of the day. Win losses. We also gonna have Max Spain Griffin on. He got that win loss.
Yeah, dog, that was man. Ooh. And the thing about that one is Tiago, my dog. Like, I train with him. So
shit, you cool with everybody. I had to get with you and get some numbers.
Bro, I'm in the game. Bro, I'm in the game, bro. Like, I just make connections, and top team has helped me. A top team helped me with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in mama train. Huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you cool with I got Dean. Everybody cool with Dean.
Yeah, that's how I got the top team. Dean is the reason I went to top team. That's my dog. So yeah, top team is the reason I had them connections and meet people, and then you go to these events. I'm crazy, man. Like, I'm everybody know when I walk in the room because I'm talking, I'm cutting up. So I make friends, and we kind of keep them things going through social media or whatever, phone call or whatever.
This is a perfect segue. Matt don't know this. Our guy Pete Moss. Shout out for Pete for making this happen. I told I was gonna give a shout out, man. Pete Moss, Alabama's finest.
Pete Moss. That's wild, man. Pete. Yeah. He hooked this up, didn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out, Pete.
That's straight, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. So we were talking about, like, I can't get over the setup, man, that you got rocking over there. We were talking a little bit before we started recording about, like, so you starting up a Twitch channel?
Yeah, I got a Twitch channel. It's Walt Harris 205 UFC at Twitch. So we doing that. I'm trying to do my YouTube. I got a YouTube channel. I hadn't really put no time into it. I just kind of uploaded little silly videos with my son. And one of them got like 70,000 views. We weren't even trying. Like, we just did a hot Cheetos Taki challenge one night. I think it's about 5 years ago or something. And it's like a 15-minute video, unedited. Like, it looks like trash, and a lot of people liked it. You know what I'm saying? So we just thought, why not do it? We game, he games. So make a little channel, and we might see where we can take it. I got cameras and stuff. I'm gonna start doing vlogs and just kind of give people an inside look at my life, because I hadn't really ever done that. You know what I'm saying? I always kind of lay low, and I only pop out when it's fight time. And you see me on social media, I might talk a little bit, I might post some pictures, but I never really gave people an inside look at how I do my thing. So I feel like I'm at the point now I done cracked the top 15, and more eyes are on me. I need to let people see what's really going on.
Yeah, that's legit, man. I like that. I like that. I like it when you see guys, put themselves out there more because, some guys don't understand the fact that like, hey, you got to get people interested in you outside of what you do in the cage. Like
Exactly. And that's the thing is, man, when I jumped into this sport, it wasn't that way. You could just fight and people wanted to know who you were.
Right.
The business model changed. And now they want the entertainment value. They want to constantly see what you're doing and know what's going on with you in order to follow you when you walk in that cage. And as we all know, the more people watching us fight, the more money we make. So it's like, I got to get I used to be the guy that's like, man, I'm gonna let my hands do the talking on fight night, and everybody knew how good I could fight. But then when I'm done fighting, I would disappear, and people were like, well, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, where he went? And then next thing you know, it's 3-4 months later, oh, Walt fighting so and so. Yeah, okay, cool. But now I want to give people that space, feel that space. Like, hey, I'm still here, I'm still training, I'm still doing this. Just let people see my personality a little bit more, because I think the UFC knows what my personality is, you know what I'm saying? Because I clown during fight week. I come in the office, it's a party. Like, I'm for real. Like,
you live to that class clown moniker.
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, when I walk in the office on fight week, it's a party, bro. I'm turning it up. I got the speaker. We get it in, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I think the UFC knows, like, okay, this dude is gregarious. Like, we can push him. But now I got to make it tangible for people to grab it and see it. So that's what we're doing, man. I'm just putting little stuff together, little projects here and there. And then I got some other stuff I'm working on. But that's about it, man.
How much longer do you want to be fighting in the octagon?
Bro, my wife was having that conversation last night watching my idol Anderson, dog. He 43, finna be 44, yes. Bro. That was tough, man. Like, I was thinking my wife going to tap me on the back. Well, you got 9 more years. I'm like, nah. See, that ain't how it works. But honestly, I think I'm gonna push my butt off this year for the title, and see where I fall, and then after that, it's kind of see how close I am to it, and if it's worth even getting back in there, because it's a hard job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dealing with aches and pains right now, so I want to be healthy and whole for my kids when I'm done. I got a 5-year-old daughter, so she gonna need my time. And I can't be hobbling and crippled. Walking around. So, like I said, my thing is I want to see where I'm at. My goal is to do this at least 4 more years. And then, if I'm still competing at a high level at that time, then we'll see. But that's it.
When you see people like Francis and Derek Lewis get title shot, do you be like, man, I can get with that brother?
Yeah, man.
Does that kind of get you inspired internally?
What's that? Say that one more time.
When you see people like Francis and Derek fight for the title.
Yeah, for sure. Because the thing is, me and Derek came in the organization about the same time. His trajectory been a little bit different for me because he had some success. I had a bunch of, split decision losses and things like that. So it took me a little bit longer to get where I'm at now. But I'm coming, and everybody in the division know that. That's the thing. My peers know what's up. You know what I'm saying? The world finna find out. That's where I'm at right now with it. I'm trying to let the world know. I think the hardcore fans know. They like, man, that dude dope. He can go. You know what I'm saying? I have people in my messages and inbox like, man, you're going to be a champion one day. But now it's time for the casuals to find out who I am. And I think that's what 2019 is for, for me to build my name for the casual fan and the people that go to the bar, just to watch a pay-per-view. I want to be the guy that they come to see. And then, we go from there. And I think I had the ability to do that, and that, like you said, that motivates me. Derek, I love Derek, man. That dude is hilarious, man. Like, I don't know Francis like that, but dog, Derek Lewis is hilarious, bro. Like, he's a funny dude, and so I'm happy to see where he's going. His trajectory, what he's done. That's kind of why I stepped in and took the fight for him. You know what I'm saying? When he got hurt against Fabricio, because I'm like, another black brother doing this thing. He hurt. I'm gonna step in and show him some love. Go in there and try to do my thing. But it is what it is.
I let my co-host say we got a Black Beach story.
We got a couple. Which one? No, so we had him on the show. I guess this is the one you're talking about. We had him on the show, right? And we didn't have this third camera that you see that you're looking at us on Skype now, right? So we just had the two on us for our side of the recording, and like he was like, we get him on Skype, and he's like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. We're like, well, what's up? He was like, man, y'all could be over there butt naked. Like, I can't see y'all. I was like, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Like, bro, what do you think this is?
Exactly. Man? Like, he's a fool, though, man. Like, he opens his mouth, and he's like, you going to laugh at something he says. Like,
For sure.
He's hilarious, man. But I want to go back to something you touched on there a second ago. You mentioned Anderson Silva. You mentioned the fight. what did you think about how he looked? I mean, to me personally, he still got some game in some spots, but like when he throws like his spinning attacks now, it's like, yeah, you can see the age.
Yeah, you definitely see the age. I don't know, some kind of way I didn't turn myself off. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Like I said, yeah, I can definitely see the age in him, but I think, it's one of them things, man. Like if he keeps fighting, where does he go? Like if he like I just don't see him competing at the high level with the Adesanyas of the division, and it's just like, is he gonna fight his way all the way back through all of that to get to a title now, or is he just is I don't know. My thing is I compete in this sport to be the best at it. So, and I think he sees this. I think he sees it the same way, and I don't think he is gonna. I think after Curitiba, like he said, he wants to fight in Curitiba. Yeah. I think he's gonna do Curitiba. They're gonna give him, a solid fight, and then I think he may, sit it down. No matter how it go, I think he may retire.
Yeah, I think with him though, it's kind of different because it's like he's at a spot to where he's gonna get a lot of money every time he shows up, right?
That's true.
And he knows his skill set. Like he can go in there and clown around for 3 rounds, like which he kind of did in spots last night. He
did, but he almost paid for it. Like if Adesanya was a bigger puncher, he would have went to sleep, bro. Like there's no question.
Yes.
And I just that bothers me that he does that. Like I'm like Anderson, like
right.
You, bro. Like I was standing in front of the TV pleading with him to put his hands up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much I love him. Like I get nervous when he's like I feel like I'm about to fight when he's walking out. I'm like, I'm you know what I'm saying? Like he the reason I do this. Like that's facts. You know what I'm saying? And so to watch him go in there, I don't want to see him get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see him get injured. I don't want to see him. It's just one of them. I don't know, man. I want to see him fight, but then I'm like, stay healthy,
Keeping on the technical perspective, you hit the nail on the head with Adesanya not being a big puncher. I think that's gonna come. I think in a way he got exposed, and nobody's talking about it because they see the flash and it was fun to watch. I'm sitting there in that top 5. I'm somebody like a Weidman or somebody, or even Gastelum that can pack a punch.
Yoel Romero.
I'm gonna sit there and walk through that kicking stuff so I can get that one shot off, knowing he can't hurt me, but I can hurt him.
Exactly.
I think in the top, if I'm in the top 5, I'm like, okay, I know how to get you now.
I think for me, I think the progression for Adesanya is gonna be putting on a little muscle and strength. You know what I'm saying? Like. He's got everything in the toolbox as far as like his striking. Like he's unbelievable. He's got great takedown defense. We saw that with Derek Lewis. I mean, not Derek Lewis, Derek Brunson. Excuse me. So I just think he got to get a little bit stronger. And he's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? The dude is man. It's something. He's different. You know what I'm saying? He's different. Like for real, he's different.
But don't you agree? A 29-year-old Anderson gets him up out of there last night.
Oh yeah, that's big facts. Like he got him up out of there. But I think now it's his time, man. For real, I just see something different with him. Like kind of when John came in, it was like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Why are you made like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why God just said, here, take all the athletic, all the jewels. You have them. Yes. I think that's kind of what Adesanya got. You know what I'm saying? He got the total package. He got the personality. He got this, the skill. And I think he destined for greatness, to be honest. He just got to keep his head on straight. That's my thing. I think he could keep his head on straight, which I don't think he's going to have a problem doing. Yeah. Because he seemed to handle Anderson's in the fight. I was impressed with him, his gamesmanship, if that makes sense. Yes. To be fighting a legend like Anderson, and Anderson is the best at gamesmanship during a fight. Like when he started doing that call you to the corner stuff, bro, I would have just been like, come on, Anderson. Like, we ain't got to do it. Like, come on. But Israel hit him with the nod, and then he went. And then the next time Anderson tried to big boy him, he said, "No, it's my turn. You come to the middle now." And Anderson was like, "All right, I respect that. Let me go to the middle where you want." That's the kind of, you know what I mean? Like to have that kind of wherewithal in a fight at that magnitude shows me something totally different about Israel Adesanya. Like he got that John Jones kind of, but John say he don't remind him of him. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, he did in that first round when he knew the fight was going to end. He does a little thing and like
that anime stuff. I don't know what any of that is, but it's dope. Like I like it. I'm like, what does that mean? My son like that's what Goku does when he powers. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I didn't watch. Eric always teasing me about that because he watched Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff, and I don't know nothing about none of that. He gonna ask me to go watch the movie with him. I'm like, bro, for what? I don't even know what's going on. They flying and shooting people, turning green. I don't know if I don't know what's happening.
Is Eric your kid? That's your son?
No, Eric is. I'm talking about Eric Anders.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
My son's Asa.
Yeah.
The Alabama boys stick together, boy.
Yeah, man, that's my dog, man. Like,
are you still hurting on that national championship game?
Nah, I'm over it, man. We got so many championships, bro. It's like we gotta let somebody else get some, man. You know what I mean?
They forget about championships at Alabama. They don't.
Yeah, we all right. We all right.
Y'all straight.
We ain't even tripping.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like, you're on a good little roll here going, man. You got 2 in a row, obviously. I mean, Andre Arlovsky, is that like one of those guys that, like, when you were coming up, like man, bro, that's a big name. Like, bro, I can't believe I'm fighting.
That's a future Hall of Famer you got on your resume.
Yeah.
Bro, it was one of them things, man. Like, when I got the text from Mick, I literally, the bubbles didn't even come through good before I was hitting yes. Like, yo, like, this what I've been waiting on. Like, I'm like, please, and he's like, all right. And the crazy part about it, Andre is at ATT now, so it was like, do I fight him? Are they gonna care? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, I ain't been there in a minute, so I got to do what I got to do for my family. So I took the fight. Andre took it, and it was one of them moments, man. Like, especially when I actually saw him in person, because I saw him at the gym right before I came home. But he used to kind of do his own thing in the corner. And so I never really interacted with him. But when I actually saw him in person and, like, sized him up, I was like, dog, I'm finna fight this dude. Like, I used to watch him maul people. You know what I'm saying? I was so excited by that. I was like, man, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in there with somebody who I used to actually watch before I ever put a pair of gloves on. And I'm gonna try to decapitate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's dope. I get to go in here with a dude I ain't watched. And it was funny because I told him that. I said, man, after the fight, I gave him a hug. He was like, congratulations or whatever. And I said, man, dog, it was an honor to fight you. I grew up watching you. He was like, you grew up watching me. You're 4 years younger than me. And I was like, but I ain't started fighting until I was 25 almost. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching you before I ever fought. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope experience, man, for sure.
That is dope, man. Did John Jones give you that follow?
He did, dog. The crazy part about John, man, I've had John's phone number for 4 years, and we text each other, but he never followed me on social media. And so, like, it was weird. That's why I hit and put him on the spot, because I was like, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to just randomly be like, hey, man, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds kind of, you know what I mean? But I hit him with it in the embedded, like, hey, you don't owe me nothing. Just follow me back on Instagram. And so he was like, oh, like, because he thought about it, like, damn. He told me when the camera went off, like, damn, that's kind of crazy. I ain't followed you in all these years. Like, I'm like, yeah, dog, we done partied and hung out together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of played me with that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you right. I love you. And he gave me a hug, and it was all good. But I'm like, bro, I just realized that. I can't even comment on your pictures at one point because I wasn't following, so he got his stuff kind of protected.
Yeah.
So I was at the party with John Jones.
Man, it's the best. Oh, so I got a crazy story. My wife, she don't like it, but I'm going to tell you. So we go, me and John, we fought on 197 together. And his manager used to manage me. And so me and Malky kept a good relationship after that because of the way I kind of left the agency, because the guy that was my manager at the time, he ended up going to prison or whatever. So Malky was always super dope, super cool, and he was trying to get me to resign or whatnot. And he was like, yo, come party with us tonight. And I'm like, huh? He's like, after you win and after John win, I want you to come party with us. And I'm like, oh, snap. Like, that's what's up. So I didn't believe it was going to happen. I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of lukewarm in the UFC, but Malky, like, he a real one. Like, he never cared about none of that. He just liked me for me, you know what I'm saying? He always was respectful, just a good dude. So in my mind, I'm like, they gonna play me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I'm thinking. So I ended up knocking Cody East out, and I'm like on a high, dude. I'm like, it's like my first win in the UFC. I'm super pumped. I'm like, yes. And so my phone ringing is Malky. He's like, bro, where you at? And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I told you, we partying tonight. He's like, go to Hakkasan right now. So I'm like, okay. So we walk to Hakkasan. We get there, and I don't see nobody. I'm like, man, this dude done played me. So all of a sudden, they come get us, and like 30 of my people, VIP us straight through. John come rolling in the wheelchair. We mob, and mind you, the club packed out. It's like people paying thousands of dollars just to get in here. So we go in, we go to the VIP, we chilling, and my wife and his wife, John's wife, like kind of talk on social media. So they finally meet in person. She's excited. She run up to my wife, hand her some champagne. My wife don't drink like that. Like she real be, she got to be in a like different type of setting, kind of drink. She'll drink with me or whatever every now and then. But so I already know how she is. She gonna get turned up when she starts seeing the stars. She excited. So she's drinking. The bottle girl give her a drink. John got a bottle of his brother, excuse me, not John.
Which one? Which one?
Both of them was there, Art and Chandler. Okay. So Art got the bottle, and I'm standing on the couch with him. He handed me a bottle of Grey Goose. I swear to God, it's about 6 feet tall, and I just turn it up, and my wife like, give me some. So long story short, she got shit faced to the point where John had to get personal security to walk her back to the hotel. I got video of all this because I wanted to keep it so I can bribe her later. But yeah, dude, that was like one of the best nights of my life. I ended up hanging out with Flo Rida.
He's a cool cat. I've done that myself.
But I hung out with him on something different though. Like it was crazy because we left the club. My homeboy B-Flo cut his hair, and B-Flo just happened to be in Vegas that night. I don't know how, but we pulled up to another club, and he hops out. I hear my name. I turn around. I'm like, "Yo, what up?" He like, "Yo," and then all of a sudden, Flo Rida hop out this limo. And we had literally just left the club, listening to his music. So everybody's going crazy, like, "Oh, you know Flo Rida?" And of course, I lie. I'm like, "Yeah, that's my dog," But what was dope was Flo Rida was like, "Yo, y'all take my limo when you get ready to leave." So he let us get his limo. Like it was crazy, man. It was one of the best nights of my life for sure.
Yeah, I know about partying in Vegas. My little story is with Rumble. He knocked out.
That's my boy.
He had knocked out. Hey, I need to get his new number. He switches number like every 3 months.
He grinding, bro. He in that different world now with that medical marijuana. He got to switch it up. He getting money, man. You got to change it up when you get money.
I texted him back and forth, lead up to the fight. He said, "I'm gonna knock old boy out. We're gonna have a good time." He knocked out UK dude that never been knocked out.
Manawa.
Yeah, Manawa. He knocked out Jim Manawa brutally. And then we at the podium. I'm texting him. He like sit there. "I got you, dog." He sit there and say, "Yeah, meet me at Crazy Horse Street." I'm thinking it's like a regular club. I knew it. I don't know it like I know Hackerson and my old lady now, wife now, just a girlfriend at the time. "Yeah, we're going to the strip club." No, go up in there. I go up in there by myself. He's like, "Where your girl at?" I said, he wants you to come in too. We get whisked away to VIP. It's me, my girl, him and his girl, to his business associate, and Big Tate. To put the
Big Tate.
Big Tate and his girl. Yes. And we parlayed there for about 2 or 3 hours. All these girls with these fakers. "Can I help you, sir?" Just all up in you, boy. One girl trying to kiss my girl on the cheek and everything. They wild up in there, boy. Here's the thing. I need to do an interview with him because this was the whole yoga mat thing because he didn't talk to nobody at the time.
Okay.
3 hours in, it's like 2:45, 4 o'clock in the morning. I still got the interview. So we finally go out. And we're in the front of Crazy Horse Street. And it has the sign and repeat. I did the motherfucker there. We talked for like 10 minutes. I put it up on my YouTube page before I even wake up. I wake up like 30,000 views on that thing. It's like the biggest video. And I went for it. And this funny thing is I just started covering UFC like maybe 3 to 4 months. Since then, good and bad, the UFC started knowing my black ass.
That's what's up.
I get calls. "So why are you doing it?" I'm like, "Yeah, grown ass dude. He told me to come there." "Why are you doing it there?" Because they
them the realest interviews when you get them on the scene like that.
Exactly. That's the real stuff, man. That's how TMZ got so big. They just catch.
That's it. They pop up on you, dog.
Well,
TMZ will pull up on you.
For real. My only TMZ experience I was on with Lamar Odom. Because unlike a lot of people, I cover other sports. And this man had just started dating Kardashian. So we're walking by Staples Center because he's like 2 blocks from Staples Center. I'm walking the game like, "Cool, I'm kicking with LO." Boy, I'm about to shit in my pants, bro. All them fools just start coming out, the paparazzi and shit.
They be everywhere.
And he be up, but here's the crazy thing. They all on a first name basis. He know all the damn photographers and shit. I'm like, these fools.
They be on them, man. Like Kanye like that. He be knowing them dudes. That's why he be grabbing on their cameras and slamming them down, and because he see them so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That stuff
that's
is
wild.
crazy. I'm like, you on TV, you want to live that life, but you don't want to live that life.
No,
No, hell no.
no. I don't want nobody with a camera in my face every day. Like, no. I'm lying. I love that joke. I'll be like,
It's when you got to do it yourself. It gets a little tedious.
yeah.
You got a crew around you, be
Why
straight.
did instantly jumping out top 3 interviews, bro? This shit is
Hey,
lit.
I tell you what, definitely top 3 setup back there with the LEDs popping.
Run it.
Got the smooth as butter Skype session going. It's straight. It's straight.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
And we can get you on the show more often, man, for real.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. I love doing interviews.
And see, we can get you to talk about boxing too, because
Yeah.
this is what helps our podcast. We about 65-35, and we're trying to get more 50-50 boxing and MMA. Like,
Okay.
like, show me another podcast that's not a national one that's had Deontay and Cormier on. We've done it. What's that other one that I'm looking for?
Bet. That's what's up. Hey man, like I said, I like what y'all doing. So, any way I can help, I'm with it, man. Y'all need me to jump on, throw a 5-minute little piece about something, right, whatever.
Yeah, man. We might give you your own little segment breaking down some stuff or something.
Boy, you do something like that, boy, y'all. UFC can leave me alone. I'm doing a podcast. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to find my exit strategy right now. They gonna mess around, let me become a podcaster. I'm finna get into broadcasting. I'm finna get into commentating. I'm finna do a whole bunch of stuff, bro. I got some stuff in the work.
Hey, you got a good
yeah,
start.
man.
You got a good start rolling with that setup,
When you
man.
see somebody like DC, how much respect do you have him? Because
Man,
he's paving the way for fighters, but more importantly, he's paving the way for brothers.
yes, and that's the thing I was gonna say about when I fought Fabricio, DC was the one who told me to do it. He came in the bathroom in my locker room and. Huh?
In the bathroom. That's just random.
Yeah, so like we was right there in the stalls and like I'm using the bathroom and he said, "What's up, Walt?" And I'm like, "What's up?" And then I just turned to him, I asked him straight up, I said, "What you think about this fight?" He said, "Take it." He says, "You got everything to gain, nothing to lose." And I went out there and I told Dana, "Hey, let's do it." And he was like, "Really?" Like they were shocked at how fast I returned, and I didn't even go meet with my manager, nobody, no coaches or nothing. I came straight out and was like, "Yo, let's do it." And so I think the way I handled that situation and just the way I've always handled myself since I've been in there, they respect that. And then DC, me and him kind of got cool from that. He was like, "Dog, you're a savage for that." You know what I'm saying? I don't think he thought I was going to really do it. I was like, "Damn, DC said do it, I'm going to do it." You know what I'm saying? That's how much respect I got for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude champ for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Despite all the stuff with him and John, like, the dude, you can't deny what that dude's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then at his age of what he's doing, it's impressive. It gives me hope because it's like, man, if he can go win belts at 39, 40, I can still compete, and go and live this dream and do what I love. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I respect DC, man. A lot of respect for DC for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a
Yeah,
beast.
he is, dog.
Legend in the game for sure.
I think he's staying at heavyweight now. So.
Yeah.
Would you want to see him and John at heavyweight? Because to me,
see, there you go with that. Don't bring John in. I done told John stay where he at. If John go to heavyweight, I'm going down to 205. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. Now I got to deal with DC possibly. Kane coming back, like,
Yeah.
the Stipe still here. Don't bring John in the mix now. Stay down there, John. Stay in 205. Keep fighting.
Do you think CP got exposed by DC?
I don't know about exposed. I think, man, it's just the fight game, man. Like, stuff happens, that's a position we end up in practice every day. So, like, you don't expect to get knocked out from the clinch like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was prepared for that. I don't think he saw the punch coming, and that's why I hurt him as bad as it did. He got there and got comfortable. When you grappling and you wrestle your whole life, you get in positions that you feel like you riding a bike. Like, man, whatever. Same way I do on the feet. Sometimes I get comfortable thinking I'm in a safe spot, and I don't be. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, shoot. So I think that's probably what happened to him. I think if they fought again, it'd be a lot different. I don't know who would win, to be honest, but I think it'd be a lot different fight.
DC all the way. Your boy went 875. I ate up that plus 220 on DC, boy. Ate it up.
Right. Yeah, that was a crazy line. Man. Absolutely. I mean, hell, Vegas messes up in MMA quite a bit.
Whoa,
so if you're about that betting life, just keep your eyes open. You'll catch a line. That
I had no intention
see, that's the thing.
See, that's the thing. Out there.
I don't know what. I see that, y'all. What you just said, that line stuff. My best friend Charles Rosa, he tried to tell me he gambled. I don't understand none of that stuff. Like, line 3 -200 new 250. I'm like, I'm glad I don't, because if I do like get into gambling, I know my personality, dog. I'm gonna be competitive and we gonna be broke. My wife gonna divorce me. Like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I just stay away from it, bro.
That's
Like,
not with all that now. I'm not trying to get you to lose your family now.
nah, dog. I stay away from it because I know how competitive I am. Like, I when I go to the casino, bro, I take $100 and leave everything else in the room. And once that 100 is gone, I'm cool. I'm like, hey, smart. It is what it is. Vegas don't want me to be here tonight. Boom.
That's smart.
But my boy Rosa, he'll blow. I don't know if y'all know Charles Rosa. He fighting the UFC as well.
Yeah,
dude, crazy man. Boy, is he's a lucky charm for real.
He's a lucky charm.
No, he is, bro. I just seen him lose 5 bands and get it right back on the next table in one hand. Like, he's something else, man.
That's crazy.
I stay away from that junk. I'm like, I'll watch you.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's fun to watch people do it because, like, if they got the balls to do it, it can be fun to watch. But, like, when you do it yourself, you over there sweating.
For sure. And that's the thing that it's fun to watch him because he's so crazy. Like, he'll bet 3 racks on, like, black. And you like, why? Why are you doing that? That's $3,000. We can go eat. We can pay our rent. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'll get it back. And I'm like, all right. And that's fun, you know what I'm saying? To watch him have fun is fun. So
that's straight.
It is what it is.
Before we let you go, man, just talk about just the state of UFC. What do you think about all this stuff, like with the new deal and all this? And what's your take on the Fighters Union? Because we bring it up to fighters, they like it's a cuss word. When I don't understand, like you see this big ass money deal they got with this TV, and no fighters get no pennies. It's like they pimping y'all for free, and nobody's doing nothing about it.
I mean, from what I've seen and heard, there's people doing things about it, trying to do things about it on the back end and in the shadows. But here's the problem I've heard that people are encountering is that if you create a union for us, you essentially alleviate all the smaller promotions that can't afford to pay the union fees. And, that kind of hurts the circuit. It kind of takes away that buffer for guys who are trying to get to where we are. So we don't want to hurt them by creating a union just for us who are in the UFC for 400 fighters. When you got small town organizations like right here in my city, Birmingham, Alabama, Strike Hard, who actually gave me a chance when nobody wanted to fight me outside of the UFC and nobody in the UFC wouldn't fight me because I wasn't there. They gave me a chance to come fight in my own city. You know what I'm saying? And if you do a union, those people disappear. So that's the snag I think that they're hitting. They're trying to find a way to make it viable for everybody and keep everybody happy. And it's kind of hard right now. And the UFC, they are sewing up every loose end in the process because they got the financial backing to do so. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I would be for a union. I just don't think it's going to happen in my career. I don't think it'll happen in my career lifetime. I think it'll be well after I'm done that we'll see a union. Maybe they'll find a way to do it. I don't know. But I know there are people working on it right now. They're trying. I know Randy Couture is a big advocate for it. So, and among some other people. So we'll see. I hope it happens though, man, for real. Because we are getting. I'm just kidding.
This dude is wild.
I love my job. Uncle Dana, if you heard that, I was just kidding. I love my job. You are not pimping me in any way, shape, or form. All right.
It's a quote from Big Ticket Will Harris right
there. I ain't trying to get you in trouble, bro. I want to get you
Nah. They know I'm a company man, dog. I when it come down to doing what I got to do, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know.
Anybody that's willing to step in against Fabricio and just like virtually minutes notice, like, yeah, I think you get that pass no matter what.
I love to compete, man. It's just who I am, you know what I'm saying? And I think they know that.
Amazing stuff, man. Well, man, we'll let you go, man. It's an amazing interview.
Call me Will one more time. I'm coming to Texas.
Man, a little Freudian slip right there, man. That's all it was.
I'm messing with you, dog. I'm joking.
But what brother said, it wasn't your boy. It wasn't me.
Hey,
I'm just pulling your leg.
Man, we appreciate you coming on, brother, for sure. We'll have you back on again soon, man.
Sure, man.
Fun dude to talk to. Again, the setup is awesome. So, yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I enjoyed it, man. I'm gonna be honest. This is the dopest show I done, man. Like I done did a lot of interviews, man. This is up there, bro. I'm dead serious. Like I really have enjoyed myself doing this. Like I usually do them, and I'm like, and it's on, they ask me the same stuff. Y'all brought a different vibe to it, different flavor, and it's because y'all my people, and I think that's what we click. That's just what that is.
That's
You know,
part of it. Part of it, and the other part of it is we don't have any questions written down, man. So many guys like
we
some guys do that.
We don't even talk on Sundays,
We don't. We don't.
That's dope.
One time I was talking to him, he said, "Nigga, you telling the show right now."
Exactly. We done wasted at least 2 or 3 episodes in the beginning, like just talking on the phone. Like,
so we don't talk on Sundays.
No, the only thing we say on Sunday is what time you coming. That's the only thing we talk about.
Like, what time Walt coming on? What time Max coming
I
on?
like that. Hey, but y'all, keep doing y'all thing, man. I had a fun time, man. I would love to come back whenever y'all want me to, man. I'll be there.
Appreciate it.
Please welcome back to the Slip and Dip podcast. One of the friends of the show, Mr. Max Payne Griffin, fresh off his rivalry at UFC Fight Night. Man, you look like a winner to us, man. We can't from the pictures. It's like even Stevie Wonder could tell that you won the fight.
I think could have felt nice, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It was a crazy weekend. Mixed emotions.
Isn't it kind of crazy? It seemed like in a weird way, even though officially you went out as a loser, but in the big picture, it's like you came away the winner.
Yeah. I mean, I knew I had won the fight. We got up after the third, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we won, Good shit. We're all happy, and then they announced I was kind of blown away. I've lost like that. You know what I mean? I've lost those fights where you lose, and I know what it's like to lose, and that nigga lost, and, it is what it is. But I talked to him immediately after the fight. He's like, when Fortaleza, like, he didn't deserve it. Mike Brown, he said, hey, we got to watch the tape. We didn't think we had that one. Everyone backstage, all the workers, all the employees, the VP dude, everyone, it's just weird. It's weird. It's a weird thing, man. Usually people say that, they really didn't win. People complain and whine and cry and shit. Then I won that fight. It's not like that. So I feel blame even saying it. You know what I mean? Like, no, this one, but
yeah, I mean,
it is what it is, man.
Man, it's got to be tough because not only, do you have that heartbreaking like moment of hearing like that you didn't win the fight, but also the financial impact of that. Like a fight that that everybody, you go to MMADecisions.com, it seems like everybody scored the fight for you. So it's kind of sucks. Like
it sucks. Yeah.
More than one.
Yeah, it sucks bad. Especially for me, my win bonus.
Yes.
Hey man, I was waiting for that. And then even the fight of the night, me and Tiago were in the back in the green room. We've had fight of the nights before. We're looking like, all right, fights that end quick and shit. We're like, yeah, okay. So we thought we had the fight of the night. We're watching all the fights, looking at each other, clenching our teeth, biting our nails and shit. Like, all right, we got it, And then when they announced on the bus set that they didn't even do a fight of the night, it was fucking another just dagger. They already got me after the win, and then on the bus with the dagger. It was an experience, man.
Wow. How much do you think the fact that he was a Brazilian played in that decision?
Oh, totally. I mean, I put up so much stuff online, charts of like 50 MMA websites. Everyone. I talked to the matchmaker, McMahon, Sean Shelby. They thought I won. So it's like a weird.
Win-loss.
It's a sham, yeah.
It's a win-loss.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt, man. That's gotta hurt.
I guess a loss-win.
Yeah. And I saw you. You said that like you're done fighting in Brazil. Like you won't do it again. Like how much?
Yeah,
how much
you can't fight somewhere where you win and then you don't win. To me, that's wherever that may be. That's why I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah.
I should have finished them, but it's here nor there, to say this or that. But I mean, now I just got to finish that one, and that's hard to do. But I'm gonna have to do it, especially as guys are getting this good. And I just got to fight, like I said, somewhere where there's some kind of accountability. They haven't let out the scores. They haven't let out, like what rounds, he won. I mean, the second he won, even though we had 1 strike difference, he still won that round. But the other 2, I clearly won. So, it doesn't even matter for me to see the little score paper. I just hope the UFC can be like, oh, yeah, we know he won. We'll shoot him as win bonus. But, I don't know. I doubt that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I could hope for. Other than that, it's because we'll get a locker room bonus. Every fight they'll send us a cool 5-10 or just whatever, off the books. But hopefully they can send me, since I did win. In so many people's ears. I was in so many people's ears. Reed Harris, all these guys. Everyone just whisper in his ear, say, hey, he did win that fight. What can we do,
So
other than that, I just got to fuck the next guy up and just get back in there. I told them both I want to fight in a month and a half.
Okay, yeah, that was gonna be my next question. No injuries or anything.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that?
fresh. I wanted 4 or 5 fights this year. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm in shape. I'm healthy. I'm not hurt at all. I just had a little bone soreness from hitting so many goddamn times. It straight up my fist and my shoulder just from blasting that right so many times. It inflames part of my rotator cuff and my clavicle. But
do you take anti-inflammatories and all that?
A little bit. I got my CBDs.
Are you in California? You can make a business out of that. That should be your side hustle,
man.
That should be your side hustle.
That's probably one of the only things California's good for.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So, obviously Brazil is off the map. So, do you want to get your next one in California, Vegas? It's just as long as it's nowhere in Brazil.
It don't matter. I'll go to
Kansas.
Somewhere stateside. I'm serious, man. For me to work hard as I did and, got to show some of my wrestling, my grappling and shit that I'm working on, just being more just for me, it was a good fight, I'm always wanting to do more. I always say I have to do this, because of that. But for me, to me, it's the best I've felt and looked. And as far as moving around, I felt good. So for me to get a loss on that, it's nigga, what? It's I gotta ignore that. I gotta almost ignore that one person said I lost. Out of fucking 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
I kind of get, it's weird. It's a mental thing, man. Because you lost. It's I didn't lose, but I just have to swallow it, man. And like I said, I'm gonna get better from this, and I just want to fight somewhere soon. I'm in shape still. I'm not banged up at all. So I told Sean and Mick, hey, March, April, when I get the latest, I want to get in there like Cerrone and find the gang at times. Because I'm usually hurt or something. This fucking UFC is. You fight 2 times a year. So I told them both, I'm trying to get it in.
Do you think now, because with so many fans and stuff responding to you positively, do you think you need to turn up that cowboy? Anybody, anywhere can get it, and just go gangster mode and get more people on your side, or go gangster on social media?
Not with any names. I mean, I said I'll be whoever on my interview, whoever, man. I feel like I did really well, and it's the shit I fucked up on was me mentally, this little shit. And I'm already improving on what I already did wrong. I'm such a critic, you know what I mean, of myself. So really, anyone can and anyone will get it.
Oh,
I'm at a point where I feel comfortable in there. So now it's all bad.
So we need some names though.
It's just anyone, huh? I don't blame you though. I mean, it's got to be extremely frustrating. I mean, to go all that far, all that way, just to have that happen to you. But I mean, at the end of the day, at least you didn't have any setbacks physically, so you can get back in there kind of quick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
exactly. Of course, I would have wished I got the hand raised, but the only really difference it does for me is the money. is really the money, you know. You know, and just even on the highlights and the replays, it don't show nothing on there. They did me kind of dirty too, you know. I'm watching the highlights, and I'm like, none of him getting taken down, none of them getting hit, none of them getting 30 significant strikes more, the differential, nothing about nothing. I had like 89 strike percentage in like the second round or something. You know what I mean? It's like
I think
credit.
I mean, I think that one judge may have favored the leg kicks. I mean, that may have been the only thing. Like, that's the only thing I can see when you look at the whole breakdown of the fight. It's like, okay, he had leg kicks over you. And that's it.
But the leg kicks weren't significant.
I know. I'm not saying
like that's why I didn't check those kicks on everything. I was expecting like these wicked leg kicks that like you get kicked and you'd have to check. Like you'd be paralyzed in like 2 or 3 kicks. And like the first kick kicked me, and I was like, and then the next kick, they're like little sticks. Like, bro, I'd rather step in and strike. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like worth like the energy to like check. I've been kicked, bro, where like you better check that next kick, or you have to. It's like you have to check this kick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these weren't like that. They were just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. So are you not a fan of ESPN Plus?
Huh?
You're not a fan of the ESPN people? You're not a fan? So they show you no love on the highlights?
I don't know who did the highlight.
That's
but
still
I didn't
UFC.
like it.
That's still all
it was
UFC.
the highlight of him beating me, which was like a flurry he threw. Nothing like landed hard that actually rocked me. It just didn't kick me in the face, and it hit his toes like barely got me. Like the skin of his toes hit like the skin of my cheek. It wasn't like they just be putting dubs, man. You know.
Yeah.
And to me, the only way I could get around that is just by finishing these guys. You know, that's it. And even then, you know, who knows? Well, we're going to disqualify him or something. I don't know, man.
So what do you think about studying your division, man? You got the Kamaru and Tyron fight. You got people like Wonder Boy that's always in the mix. Kobe Covington's. We don't know where he is, but he's going to pop out sooner or later. So what do you think you have to do to get your name up in that mix? Because it's definitely a mix.
It's a big mix. You know, I like that Usman and Willie are fighting pretty soon here. You know, I think that's going to shake a lot of shit up. Just that matchup. I think Darren Till, is he fighting in England?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Wonder Boy's fighting
yeah.
Pettis.
Yeah, Pettis is coming up. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it should be a good fight. It's gonna be interesting to see that Pettis and Wonderboy fight. I mean, it's kind of weird.
I'm really curious who they're gonna give me, man. Because I mean, my shit might be on short notice or might be whatever. Like I said, I'm just taking this week off.
Yeah. So you stay ready.
Yeah, I need some redemption, man. I need to fight. There's like I said, there's usually my hands messed up, my back or my shoulders like seriously messed up after a fight. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, fuck, I need a win bonus. Let's go.
So
I got bills to pay. Let me get in there, you know?
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's like I said, that's got to be the most stinging part of it, of all of it. Did you happen to watch the fights last night?
I saw just the last fight.
Just the last fight?
I wasn't like a boycott. I wasn't like a boycott.
Boycotting the UFC?
I was doing like a weekly boycott. I was like,
oh, man.
I'm not watching that shit. I don't know who's going to win. Don't even ask me who's going to win. I don't know. I had homies whose money, you know what I mean? They bet on me and shit. And like, I won, but I didn't win, you know?
Dang. Yeah,
supposed to be wilding. I just saw the last fight.
Yeah.
What'd you
think about how Anderson looked?
I think he got back in the groove, you know? I think this how Adesanya fought him. Let Anderson like play to his style more and shit. So I think he had fun in that fight.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
to watch.
they were both just kind of grooving around. They throw something.
Do you think Israel got exposed because a 29-year-old Anderson gets him out of there? He didn't get his job done.
I agree with that. I don't think he got exposed, but
Because you know if you have some
Anderson
power,
was slick. Anderson threw some slick shit, and he wasn't letting that shit land on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
he missed head kicks. He missed with two. He threw that little 2-piece combination. He did the whole the head kick. He looked at him like, really?
Yeah.
It's like he did. It was a fun little fight to watch. You knew everyone was getting to go to the ground. You know, it was yeah, but I think stylistically, I don't think Anderson does that to someone who's not gonna fuck around like that.
Right.
You know, if he goes against someone regular, they'll just try to take him down.
Something regular. I like that. No, I mean, I think it was kind of crazy when Anderson just like kept letting him like land the 1-2. Like he did that like 3 or 4 times in the fight.
Yeah, just standing there and
he was like just rolling with it. I'm like, bro, that's how Weidman knocked you out. What are you doing?
But if you look at it for technical though,
I know. I don't like seeing
that.
I don't like seeing that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was trying to do that with Weidman, and Weidman put him on the canvas.
No, I know.
He got hit on the chin.
I didn't like seeing that. I was cringing. I was something like tippy toes when the time.
Yes. Same
that was
time.
Going on.
Same time. Every time he got hit with it, I was like, no.
I was like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what it was, man. I was nervous, but it ended up having a good feeling to it, I guess, because they both got to show off a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it was like you know what I'm saying.
It was kind of crazy. I mean, obviously getting slid into the main event on just a few hours' notice.
Like, no, we're still gonna do 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So,
they could have changed it. Usually they can do what the fuck they want. They can change. Well, the contract said only 3 rounds. But the contract also said you're coming event and you're not main event. So
yeah,
you had to redo that shit. Well, yeah, we're only doing 5 rounds. 3 rounds because it's in the contract. My ass. You know, Anderson was like, nah.
Yeah, I'm 43.
Good on 3 rounds.
Max, give us some insight to being in the octagon with that fast-ass pacing they had with the ESPN because of the app and going to live TV, going to the app and all that craziness. Does that affect what you do and your time?
No, it's actually more laid back this time.
Okay.
They give us a time schedule. They say, hey, your fight's going to be about 9:45 my time, 9:30. So... And that's, you know, if fights go fast, fights go sooner, it kind of, it's a mix. You know what I mean? But they were pretty on time, and then Roger came in the back and said, Max, 5 minutes, showtime. It actually was a real 5 minutes. I've been in other fights where they're like, you got 10 minutes, and then they're like, you're fucking walking right now. Like 1 minute. Like the commercial break ended early, or like, you know, usually they're on point with, hey, you got like a legit 5 minutes, but sometimes it's like 10 minutes and they're like in like 30 seconds, like we're fucking walking, and they're like, shit, you didn't even like do your little pre-game shit or nothing, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be wrapped up and ready back there.
You be intense, but what do you think about fighters that get like extra amped up, like Kevin Lee? He at the club, he be bucking, he can't even get the grease foot on him sometimes. Is that too quick for you? And it's funny because we heard on the show, he's like, yeah, my younger days I was wilder than that. I'm like, damn, you only 26 and you were wilder than that.
Right.
No, I used to come out a little bit different, but now it's about comfortable. It's about being comfortable because you gotta remember, you're coming out in the arena, you got thousands of people. It's a big moment. Like all the training, you know, you're about to fight somebody, your adrenaline's going. You want to be calm so you don't burn your wad, you know what I mean? So you're not just fatigued from the high ass heart rate and shit you got out there. Your shit be out there. For real though, real shit. You be out there. No, I have my watch on during my Fitbit thing during like the weigh-ins, just to you know, my shit's usually in like the 50s and shit. I'm just back there. It's like 80, 90. I'm like, nigga, I'm trying to calm down. I'm feeling normal, but my shit was up. It's like your body just knows. So it's even walking out. I'm sure your heart rate is high. I mean, it's fight or flight, and you chose to fight. So your body's getting activated, and you're fucking not a joke, man.
Yeah. Is it still the same every time? Has it gotten like easier?
No, it's different now. It's different. I kind of know.
Okay.
That's my 6th one out here in the UFC. So now it's like, even as fighting's different. Fighting now, it's like comfortable. Like, hold on, nigga. You know? Right. No, it's different now. I'm telling you. Like at first, it's like you're all like stiff and shit. You're all stiff, and you slow to react, and because you're so tense, because it's so like important. Yeah. I'm starting to like put this into words now. I've been trying to think about it. Like this last time, I was like moving around and fucking busting and shit, and moving around and all kinds of shit, throwing all kinds of different shit. But usually, it's like you're so stiff and tense that like your body like reacts different. Like it reacts slower, and you're more telegraphic. This last one was like, hold on, shit. It felt good, man. It felt good, even walking out. I'm feeling at home now, even in Brazil. Just walking out, it's just as long as you're comfortable, you know what you're gonna do. I'm feeling better and better, man.
So regardless of what happens, who you fight next, we're gonna assume you get your hand raised. Are you gonna go the insane Max Payne style and just be calling people out and just go to war on the mic, or you just gonna keep doing what you've been doing?
We'll see what I have to do, man. After this next win, it's gonna be devastating, and it's gonna be a statement of like what they're trying to do to me, you know. And I think it's gonna happen organically like that. I'll call someone out who I need to call out. After that, there'll be someone I need to call out and take their place.
Yeah, gotta get back in that win column first, huh?
Yep.
Then you can get some more leverage to you. But yeah, man, Max, man. I mean, I'm still gutted for you, man. To see that happen to you, like that's the thing about this sport, man. It's crazy because sometimes it's like you can go out there, have an incredible performance, and then these judges are just like they don't know what the hell they're watching sometimes, and it's kind of crazy that. You know, and it's unfortunate too because it reflects so much, like just not on your win-loss record, but again, financially, like the ramifications of a bad judge sucks.
Yeah, there should be something that can be done. You know, right now there's like nothing that can be done, like a review or like, you know, they said that there's reviews in the U.S., but I think that's only for finishes or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I just feel like at this point with all the money involved, you know, and I mean I make small dollars compared to what I'm about to make when everyone else is making, but I mean you're talking about, you know, money being changed for one vote. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Imagine when I'm making like $500,000 a fight. That's gonna be a bigger deal. You know what I mean? It just can't happen where some fucking Joe Blow that's just cooking the books could just, you know. It's obvious. It's obvious by the numbers, the third round scores, like everything. Like, the UFC stats just came out and they're stupid. There just has to be something that can be done, and right now there's not. So. You know, someone said you didn't do a union. Like, fuck that. That's not. I don't know how that's gonna, you know, get me my money.
Well, in the big picture, it won't get your money like this one, but there'll be somebody be held responsible. Like for instance, like the Super Bowl go, somebody's held responsible.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways it can help out for sure. It's just kind of. The whole union thing, I mean, that could help out with, I guess, contracts. Like if you guys want to go away from the 50-50 model, like the win bonus, you know, the show win thing, like that could be something the union would help out with. But, yeah, like in situations like this, though, like obviously it's in the past and it's happened, and you just got to move on, man.
Yeah, you can't. I can't do shit except get out there and just finish this next guy, and
Hey, we be pulling for you to get that job done, man. I didn't watch your fight live because I was doing something. I was gonna watch the prelims afterwards. My man texted me like, "Man, our boy got screwed." I'm like, "Oh man," and I saw it. I'm like, "Oh fuck, man." I felt bad.
Yeah, man.
It goes, man.
It is what it is. Now it's like a fucking loss. It's like, what can I do?
It is what it is, man. But yeah, man, we look forward to seeing you back in there soon. Like you said, you're ready, so hopefully they give you that call and get you back in the next in a card very soon, man. We look forward to it.
Yeah, even short notice if I need to jump out and go against number 8 guy, number 9 guy, whatever. I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, man. Gotta get you back in good spirits, man. Get you back in good spirits.
Yeah, they can't hold me down. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold me down.
For sure. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. We do appreciate it as always. We'll let you
Thank
enjoy
you,
the rest
guys.
of your evening. And yeah, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Holla. Thank you.